Podcasting from beautiful Leesburg, Virginia. Welcome to the Music Educator podcast, bringing you tips, tricks, and practical advice that you can use tomorrow. Here's your host and fellow music educator, Bill Stevens.
My name is Bill Stevens, and we are here for episode 4, season 2. And today we're going to talk about the 24 best practices in the classroom. So when people say best practices, what exactly does that mean for an educator? Is it what works well for you, or is it what the educational community expects? Maybe they're just textbook answers. And I think most people agree that the phrase best practices, they're a series of steps taken by the teacher. And this podcast will talk about a list of teaching strategies that will help you with this best practices approach. While most music teachers vary in instructional delivery, these are the best practices in teaching that can be applied to almost any type of educational environment. Assessments, essential questions, authentic experiences, integrated technology, student research, cooperative learning, recognizing learning styles, portfolio assessments, teacher as a coach, alternative assessments, data-driven instruction, recognizing multiple intelligences, rubrics, differentiated instruction, benchmark testing, tiered instruction, graphic organizers, inquiry-based instructions, scaffolding instruction, anchoring activities, student-directed learning, standards-based curriculum, interdisciplinary instruction, and project-based learning. That's a lot right there. Okay, so we're going to kind of break this down. First, let's go ahead and talk about assessments. So first of all, our list of teaching strategies starts with assessments. And assessments are the evaluating tools to judge students fairly, which focuses on the learned content. You have to have assessments. Essential questions. Essential questions guide the content and its processes in which a teacher uses. Now, as a result, using essential questions, they help prioritize the material students should expect to learn. Authentic experiences. Authentic experiences refer to the learning and the application that takes place in real-life scenarios. Something that is real. This is that real experience for our students. Integrated technology. Integrated technology refers to the use of technological tools. Above all, the computer is a popular tool in use by students to learn and problem solve. This is a blended learning concept. Student research. And student research is the act of students finding information to apply problem-solving skills by collecting data and putting it through an applied format. Really think about that. How often do your students research? Cooperative learning. Cooperative learning is an instructional technique in which students are in small groups to complete a series of specific tasks. Often, each student has a position or a role in this learning style. And this learning style reinforces student leadership and teamwork skills. Recognizing learning styles. And a teacher's ability and awareness to recognize different learning styles provides an opportunity to make adjustments. As a result, the chances for an increase in student learning is possible. Portfolio assessments. Another assessment is portfolio assessment. Similarly, this is an alternative assessment strategy as opposed to the traditional paper and pencil environment. Hence, this is a purposeful collection of student work to show learning progress. Teacher as a coach. Teaching as a coach refers to an ongoing attempt to support a student in an accountable, consistent, and dedicated way. As a result, this often means a teacher will reach out to the child beyond the classroom to provide a caring and student-centered support pillar. Alternative assessments. An alternative assessment is a holistic approach to student performance grading. These assessments enable the students to provide their own responses rather than in a traditional assessment framework. Data-driven instruction. Another type of delivery is data-driven instruction, And this is an educational teaching approach that relies on information for instructing students. Hence, the purpose of this information is to provide instruction that meets the needs of the students. Recognizing multiple intelligence. Most noteworthy, multiple intelligence is the idea that a teacher understands that there are multiple ways a student learns. This idea is based on Howard Gardner's theory of multiple intelligence. Rubrics. Rubrics include an authoritative set of rules providing criteria for grading. Even more, rubrics strengthen a teacher's objectivity when having to justify assessment scores. Differentiated instruction is a type of instruction that is student-centered. Furthermore, this type of instruction provides options to meet the student's specific learning needs. Benchmark testing. Benchmark testing is a type of testing that is repeatable and compares results over the course of time. Tiered instruction. Tiered instruction is a curriculum model that is created based on different levels. For that reason, these levels are based on student data, observations, interests, and work habits. Groups come together to share their work with others in the class. Graphic organizers. Graphic organizers are educational tools that use visual symbols to express knowledge, concepts, and ideas. Most noteworthy examples of graphic organizers include concept maps, advanced organizers, and Venn diagrams. Inquiry-based instruction. Inquiry-based instruction is about triggering student curiosity. This type of instruction puts less pressure on the teacher, hence, some of the instructional responsibility is being placed on the students. Scaffolding instruction. Instructional scaffolding is an educational framework designed to be tailored to the learning needs of the student. First of all, students are introduced to skills and content. Furthermore, templates and guides support student learning. As a result, learning takes place and supports are gradually removed. Anchoring activities. Anchoring activities are specific, ongoing activities that students work on independently after primary work is completed. Therefore, these activities extend the learning process. Student-directed learning. Student-directed learning focuses on greater student ownership and accountability. Even more, this educational technique allows students to make their own choices that are relevant and meaningful. Standards-based curriculum. Standards-based curriculum refers to an instructional system that focuses on students to demonstrate a certain level of understanding and mastery. Interdisciplinary instruction. Interdisciplinary instruction involves the integration of more than one academic discipline. Furthermore, the delivery model is used to analyze and better understand a topic, question, or theme. Project-based learning. Finally, our list of teaching strategy ends with project-based learning. Project-based learning deals with students working on projects over an extended period of time. Consequently, these projects aim to solve complex problems and engages them in real-world scenarios. This experience results in a more authentic and deeper learning community. In conclusion, these best practices in teaching are a win for students, educators, and the community. For that reason, the value of an educator who strives to use best practices is a priceless asset to everybody whom he or she comes into contact. Now ask yourself, do I have a list of teaching strategies that work for me? Can I utilize these strategies to meet the learning needs of my students? And if you do, as a result, you will find that it's quite satisfying and you will get a great sense of pleasure and accomplishment. That's it for today, everyone. I hope you have a great day.
Thank you for listening to the Music Educator podcast for the latest tips, tricks, and practical advice you can use tomorrow. You can subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and Stitcher. Please visit the Music Educator blog at www.themusiceducator.com for additional posts and music education news. As always, join in the discussion and let your voice be heard by providing feedback at www.themusiceducator@gmail.com or leave a Google voicemail at 703-942-9883. We will see you on the next episode of the Music Educator podcast, and remember, music can change the world.